Namaskar everyone, welcome to topic of the day. In this video, we will learn about National Suicide Prevention Strategy. Why it was in the news? Because recently, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare announced a National Suicide Prevention Strategy, which is the first of its kind in the country. Now, let's look at the data on suicide across the globe and India. Globally, suicide is the second leading cause of death among 15 to 29-year-olds, and it is also the second leading cause of death for females aged 15 to 19 years old as per WHO estimates. In India, more than 1 lakh lives are lost every year due to suicide. In the past 3 years, the suicide rate has increased from 10.2 to 11.3 per 1 lakh population. And as per the National Crime Records Bureau statistics, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal and Karnataka have the highest percentage share of suicides, ranging between 8 to 11%. And the most common reasons for suicide include family problems and illness, which account for 34 and 18% of all suicide-related deaths. Other causes include marital conflicts, love affairs, unemployment, indebtedness, career problems, bankruptcy, substance abuse and dependence. Further, in approximately 10% of the cases, the cause for suicide remains unknown. Therefore, National Suicide Prevention Strategy lists out time-bound action plans to reduce suicide mortality by 10% by 2030. And there are some steps to be implemented under this strategy, and these are: establish effective surveillance mechanism for suicide within next 3 years, and establish psychiatric outpatient departments that will provide suicide prevention services through the district mental health program in all districts within next 5 years, and integrate a mental well-being curriculum in all educational institutions within next 8 years, and develop guidelines for responsible media reporting of suicides. And the plan calls for multi-sectoral collaborations because suicide impacts all sections of the society, thus require concerted and collaborative efforts from individuals and community at large. And contrary to the belief, majority of suicides are preventable, thus it calls for restricting access to means of suicide. And the special thing about this strategy is it is in line with WHO's Southeast Asia region strategy for suicide prevention, and it says it will remain true to India's cultural and social milieu, and it is also in sync with United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 3.4, which aims to reduce premature mortality from non-communicable diseases by 1/3 and improve mental health. And one of the indicators for this is reducing the suicide rate, right? And there are some more steps taken by Government of India in this context, and these are: suicide attempts were criminal offence in India until they were, for all practical purposes, decriminalized in the Mental Health Care Act of 2017. However, the contradiction with the Section 309 of the Indian Penal Code, under which suicide attempt is punishable, and is still to be addressed. And there is Manodarpan initiative under Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan to provide psychosocial support to students for their mental health and well-being. There is Kiran Helpline, which aims to provide psychological support and crisis management, and it is being managed by Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities. Now let's look at the way forward. The first big step towards addressing MLIs is to recognize that it exists. With this suicide prevention strategy, Ministry of Health has acknowledged that suicide is a problem, and the strategy has set a path towards achievement of the goals. It is, however, incumbent on the government to stay on the course until the targets are achieved. Also, in a federal country, any success is possible only if states are enthusiastic participants in its implementation. Thus, the strategy should now be passed on to the states for them to develop locally relevant action plans, then cascade to the districts, primary health and community levels, right? Now, let's look at the question which is based on our today's discussion. Consider the following statements relating to suicide in India. First statement is: National Suicide Prevention Strategy lists out time-bound action plans to reduce suicide mortality by 10% by 2030. Second statement is: suicide attempts in India were decriminalized in the Mental Health Care Act of 2017. However, the contradiction with the Section 309 of the Indian Penal Code is still to be addressed. Which of the following statements given above are correct? Answer is C, because both the statements are correct, right? So with this, let's conclude our today's discussion. Thanks for watching. Be nice, be happy.